Alright guys, welcome back. It is Pun Factor here. I'm going to mix stuff up just a little bit. I'm still trying to decide on what version of this deck I like the most. The all-in version is super sweet, has a ton of play to it. But I do want to go back and try my Kitchen Finks sort of Abzan company build. So this build's pretty typical, pretty standard. This is what I played at a, oh, what is it, like an MCQ, I guess. I did okay. I was like 3-3, just like sort of in the middle of the pack. Um, but I did tweak around the sideboard since then. And I have 3 paths. I have 4 Veil of Summers, which I wasn't running any of. And then I kind of have this suite of like silver bullet creatures. In the all-in version, I like this package a little more just because there's more ways to tutor exactly what you need. Where this version, because you're really only running like 4 straight target tutors, and then you have your collected companies, which is, can be very unreliable. I'm going to go with 2 Eldritch Evolutions to essentially make 3 copies of each of these. So, yeah, I have Collector Oof, an additional Knight of Autumn, because the utility of that card, Plague Engineer, Mirren Crusader, Scavenging Ooze, and an Eidolon. And we are going to just jump into a league here. Why not? See how we do. Okay, I am recording. Let's make sure this is all cool. It is. All right. Yeah, I really don't know what version I prefer. I think it just kind of all depends on what you want to lose to. you know, the all-in version I've found is definitely more difficult to play through, green-black X decks, so like a lot of heavy interaction. This deck is like that to a certain degree, but I've never. It is much easier just because of the grind value that this deck can give you. And I've also never tried this deck with the Veil of Summers in the side. So I'm excited to give that a go if we come across a lot of interactive mid-range. Also, burn right now is insanely prevalent, and obviously Kitchen Finks helps there. So I think I'm going to ship this. It's just a little bit too slow. Yeah, I like this hand more. Get rid of a bird. So we do have a payoff. We're just missing a druid. If this Vizier was a druid, this hand would be amazing. It looks like we're up against Nauseam. Maybe. I'm going to keep that there so we have 2 turns. Yeah, definitely ad nauseum. Druid. No. So let's just go ahead and play the Vizier out. I don't want to get put into a situation where we're unable to cast Vizier because we have to cord. So I think we're just going to be a little bit too slow, unfortunately. Giver's not going to help. 4, 5. So we are going to be able to cord. Why don't we play out our Giver of Runes? Just trying to think if there's anything we can court for 2. Yeah, we're just a little too slow. Angel's Grace. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to make him go through it. So I don't think there's anything we can do. No. Okay, so let's bring in Collector Oof. Infinite Life doesn't really matter because they'll just go off and Lab Maniac us. Eidolon Rhetoric is huge, so let's bring in our evolutions for that. We could also bring in this extra Night of Autumn. Yeah, I think this is fine. Worth noting that Collector Oof shuts off Ballista, but if we have to, we'll get Oof and then just try to win through a Shalai. This hand is too slow. I'm not a huge fan, but this hand's at least a little quicker. We're going to have to see a land in the next 2 draws. We'll go here, we'll play out a Vizier just to get it out of the way. And then ideally, okay, good. Collected Company. And then court for what we need, provided this doesn't get countered. Which it probably will here. No, so Druid. Ranger Captain. So I went with Ranger Captain because it protects our combo, but it also just gives us our win condition in hand. So let's tap this guy to 40. They try to do anything, we will chord for Shalai, which will give our stuff hexproof. I don't really think they have anything here that they can... It's really nice of our opponent to... Okay, I appreciate that. I was going to say, when he comboed off, I conceded. It's nice to have the same sort of understanding that clicking is pointless, especially when you're dead. I think this is fine. I don't think we want to do anything else. So it's worth noting this is the kind of matchup where the all-in version would just be better. This hand has a druid. Just has a bunch of mana, nothing to do with it though. I'll keep it only because if we find a way to get a Vizier, we pretty much win. Let's see what he does with this. Then if they do have some interaction for our druid, we can get it back, which is nice. Card on the bottom, and one card on top. Okay. So they missed a land drop. Perfect. See if they have a way of dealing with our druid. Let's go here. Let's go there. Now, does this come off of suspend? Yeah, it comes off of suspend next turn. Huh. They might just have it, though. Because they probably have... I don't know, if they waste their Angel's Grace on our turn, they're going to have to cast Phyrexian Unlife. No, they probably have enough mana. I don't know. I'd feel more comfortable if we had a cord. I also didn't have to tap that Hierarch. Trying to think what they could have here. Would love a Court of Calling, though, to snag an Eidolon of Rhetoric. Well, let's see what they have. Okay. Yeah. All right. What were we gonna draw? That would have been too late, but that would have been awesome. All right, guys. We beat Ad Nauseam. Cool. Stay tuned for League Match 2, guys. This is Pun Factor.